This week on the Trent Out Loud Podcast, does your partner's body count matter? Of course it doesn't matter, but let me explain to you why it also does matter. All right, so Brittany Renner was on Shannon Sharpe's podcast and she said this.
I've had sex with 35 guys.
Oh, Lord.
Impressive isn't the word.
And when that came out, it caused a whole big fuss online and everybody was talking about, does it matter, does it not matter? Is 35 a big number or 35 not a big number? This has been an age-old question, and let me try my best to explain to you guys why it goes deeper than just the amount of people that your partner has been with. One, there is a huge double standard. Two, let me try to explain to you why there is a double standard when it comes to men's body count and women's body count. When you hear a woman's number, people automatically assume that if it's a high number, then that woman was played by that many amount of men. So the assumption is that when men sleep with a bunch of women, he knows everything he's doing and he's in control. And the assumption is when women sleep with a bunch of men, she's out of control, she's dumb, she doesn't know what she's doing, and she's just giving herself up and she's getting hurt every time. So when men make that assumption, that's why they don't like a woman having a high body count, because they're assuming that she's dumb, that she's getting played, and that every single man she's been with, she gets left with the short end of the stick. Now here's the difference. If a woman has been with a lot of men, but she's in control and she's the one who's sexual, she's the one who is, ghosting them, she's the one saying, well, I just wanted a one night stand, and she's in control, then most men wouldn't have a problem with that. A man doesn't want to walk into an event with his girl and know that there's 20 guys being like, yeah, I played your girl, I played your girl. That's what he doesn't want. Where a girl walks into an event with a guy, she has him and she's assuming that all the girls that he's been with is like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I wish I had him back, or I miss him. So that's the dynamic, that's the difference. Again, it's all assumption. So that's why it's assumed that if men have a high body count, it's okay because he has his head on his shoulders, he knew what he was doing. And when a woman has a high body count, it's, oh my gosh, she's dumb, she got played. If men knew that a woman had a high body count, but she was in control and she had a head on her shoulders, I don't think most men would have a problem with that. But the problem is that nobody gets to talking and understanding. They hear a high body count and they just assume. And I think that's the double standard that people are not looking at. Really, when you get technical about it, it's not the number, it's how many times was that person played or how many times was that person fooled. If the roles were reversed and it was a guy getting played by 30 or 40 women, a girl still wouldn't want to be with a guy who a bunch of women don't want or a bunch of women played. So it's not the actual number, it's the story behind the number. And egotistically and stereotypically, we assume the woman is getting played. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's rolling over in her bed, crying, wondering where the guy is. And you're assuming that the guy is going out with his boys saying, yeah, I slept with that girl. I'm never going to call her again, or I'm going to ghost her or whatever. So because we have those two assumptions and those two stereotypes, that's why it's okay for a man to have a high body count, and it's not okay for a woman to have a high body count in the society that we're living. It's all based on assumptions. It's all based on stereotype. When you really drill down and when you really get into it, the amount of people that somebody has been with is really irrelevant. That has nothing to do with you. It's the story behind those numbers, and it's the person whom you are. And that I don't see much of a problem with, because it's the same thing if you want to look at someone's, let's say, like family history. How's your family? How many jobs have you had? Have you gone to school? What are your life experiences? You base the person who you're with or who you fall in love with on some of those standards, and because it tells you their values. And every person that you choose to be with, you want to align and make sure that you have the same amount of values. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace!